Doug from 37 Effects has created the Tombstone Treble Boost. And I gotta say, I've been playing it for a few days now and I'm having a blast. I really never have explored treble boosters as part of my personal setup, but I'm really liking what it does for my stuff. And I just think like this is a great addition to anyone's pedal collection, to anyone's pedal board setup. Treble boosters just give you this extra push, this extra goodness on top of whatever you're doing. This one has some added functionality that I absolutely adore because I think most treble boosters kind of leave some things to be desired. Maybe a hot take. So, in the middle position on this little tiny switch, you've got Daisy If You Do, aka treble booster. It's just a treble boost. It's tied to this knob, and it's just, you want more, you give it more, you want less, you give it less, which is very 37 Effects if you're familiar with the Fat Guy Little Coat. So, pretty conventional treble boost happening in the middle position. Where it gets really interesting, I find, is when you put the switch down. That brings you into Smoke Wagon. Smoke Wagon is kind of like a Fat Mode 1, right? It's adding a little bit more bass in. It's not filtering out as many lows from your original guitar signal. And that gives you just so many more options, so many more tonal variations on this just one very simple little pedal. And that mode right there allows you to use this kind of more like a regular overdrive. So it's not a one-trick pony. I think a lot of treble boosters kind of can only do one thing. They might do it really, really well, but this does that thing really well, and it does other things also very well. Now we go up into Street Howitzer. It's a little dangerous, but it's Fat Mode 2. We're adding in more lows from the original guitar signal, and it's just this extra beefy, like thick and punchy and crispy because it's still doing the treble boost thing on top. So you're getting this like twofold approach of all the good things about a treble booster, but still maintaining the low end to really push everything forward. So I am really loving Fat Mode 1 personally. I find that it works great for my setup, but because this has like the 3 modes and all the range of this knob, you've got tons of opportunity with this thing. So I've redone my pedal board for the occasion, right? New pedal day, new demo day. Let's pull out all the stops. Much like my board before, we're running into the HX stomp, which is the I/O for the entire situation. Then in the effects loop of the stomp is the rest of my pedal board. So in this case, first up is the Tombstone Treble Boost. Then is the Mjolnir from Mythos Pedals, which is like a K-style overdrive. The Ages 5-stage overdrive from Walrus Audio in Fancy Santa Fe edition. Followed that by some modulation, the Juliana, also from Walrus Audio, great chorus pedal. And then the Strymon Timeline, and all that goes right back into the HX Stomp, which is running a handful of other effects that we're not going to get into today, and amp and cab modeling. So I've got the amp sounds and the cabinet and the microphone sounds happening in Helix, but all the drives you're hearing are from this and my 2 overdrive pedals on the board. We're also going to set it up so the amp in Helix can run a little bit hot. We're running an AC30 type amp today. And yeah, like it's the Tombstone. Look at the shape. Look at it. This is killer. This is absolutely killer. it's the Tombstone. It's got tons of guts. I think it's just got this like kind of thing about it, you know? It's just sears through the night. So what I'm planning to do now is take a couple of days, put this back on the board, maybe put it on some other boards, mess around with a bunch of different sounds, and really show off what it can do. Because I think there's a lot of use in this thing, and I want to point out how different it can sound in so many different settings. You know, just noodling here is kind of like rock tones and like classic rock riffing and blues riffing, and that's great. But I want to point out that treble boosters, although they're kind of like one of the older style effects, and they might not be super hot and in style right now, there is a thing about them that only they do. We use a couple of different guitars, introduce some other pedals. I've got a Lollygagger Canalia here on loan. We're going to pair that with this. Got some other overdrives in the house. We're gonna do the thing. Alright, so that's it for the Tombstone Treble Boost. 37 Effects has obviously killed it with this thing. I'm really happy with it. I'm really excited to like maybe get treble boosters kind of back on some pedal boards. They're not that common these days, and I'm hoping something like this can get people really excited about this category of effect. As we've said before, at the Tone Control, we're interested in sharing stuff that we genuinely enjoy and we genuinely believe in, and that is the case with everything 37 has done so far, especially the Tombstone. So Doug was very kind to provide this pedal for us for demo. So thank you so much, Doug. But seriously, I really love it. And if I didn't love it, you wouldn't be seeing this video. That's just how it is. All right, head to 37effects.com for more about the Tombstone and find the Tone Control everywhere that you listen to podcasts, including here on YouTube. We're going to be featuring this on an upcoming episode. We'll do another deep dive on it there, and we'll be talking with Justin, my co-host, about just what makes treble boosters so dang cool. See ya!